Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I'm Onezie.
And I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
Today we're discussing our top five in no particular order.
No, it is a particular order.
It is a particular order.
This time we made a particular order. We ranked them.
Our top five FLUXX games.
Right. So before we get started, let me explain a little bit about how the ranking worked. We used the ranking engine that you can find on Meeple. We'll go ahead and put a link for you so that you can go there as well. You put in your choices and then you just start answering. It compares two things like which this or that, and then you just work through it. So it helps you rank what you like. And then for FLUXX is a game where you start out with simple rules. You draw one card, you play one card. You have no goals at first until somebody plays a goal for that particular game. At any time, someone can play a card that could change the number of cards you draw or the number of cards you play or the goal. Or you could even change something completely different and say if you do a certain action, you get to draw additional cards. So it's a very simple game, but I have played this with an engineer before and it just started going crazy. And I'm like, I am fine playing this way, but you're going to have to help me a little bit through this. What are we supposed to do again? It was just a lot of crisscross on the rules. So, shall we get started?
Sure.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
No.
I do. I have one. My honorable mention actually involves an expansion. It is Star Trek with the Bridge expansion. So what that looks like is you're playing the Star Trek original series with the Next Generation, and there are certain cards that have like certain goals that you need to have both decks being used. So you're playing with the double deck.
Some synergy there.
Yeah, it's good. All right, what do you have for your first one?
My top one as ranked.
Number 5, right?
Oh, we're doing it backwards.
You go backwards, yeah. Let's go backwards.
So my fifth one, number 5. Number 5 is Wonderland FLUXX. So it's the Alice in Wonderland version. You get big, you get small, you play with all the Wonderlandian characters. The rules are wacky, just like the story is wacky. Wonderland.
Okay. My number 5 is Batman. So the reason why I like Batman is usually when you play this game, you don't want what's called a creeper. A creeper is a card that you can't win the game if you have this bad character or this bad card. But in Batman, there are no heroes. Oh no, there are heroes, but you have a ton of villains, and most of the goals are built around you need to have these villains in order to win. So, and I like how they go right through the animated series and the comic, and so they're really pulling some characters you don't usually get to see in games. So that is Batman.
All right, the next one up on my list.
Number 4? Number 4.
Number 4. To say with a very important voice.
Do your important voice first.
Next up, number 4.
Okay.
Holiday FLUXX.
Okay.
All right, so Holiday FLUXX is just themed around Christmas, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, New Year's, stuff like that. And the good thing about this one is if you're playing with people who aren't particularly into IPs or themes, the other themes of the game, they're into the holidays, so they'll know Santa Claus, and they'll know the Christmas tree,
and dreidels,
and all that stuff. So it's a good one to bring to a Christmas party or a holiday party and play with other people. Sort of pass the time before dinner gets served. You can play Holiday FLUXX.
Nice. My number 4 is...
You have to say it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I can't do it. You already announced number 4 for us. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you be dramatic? I already
ahead.
did my number 4.
Okay. Cthulhu! Did that work?
Okay.
Cthulhu! So I like that particular FLUXX because you do get to have the ancient ones inside the deck, and the art is beautiful. And so, and it references the story beautifully. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for Cthulhu. Number 4.
All right, we're now on.
Go for it.
Number 3.
I can hold up important dramatic fingers.
That would be great.
Okay. Number
3. So number 3 on my list is Firefly FLUXX.
Of course.
You're laughing at me.
He loves his Firefly.
I love my Firefly. So you get to play with all the characters and the ships and the theme of Firefly. You can spend 30 minutes, 15 minutes, however long it takes to play the game, 15, 30.
It depends, because it depends on how quickly you happen to have the luck of the draw and fulfill the objective. I would guess it's about 20 to 30 minutes for 2 players, and then I think the longest I've ever played is 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, so if you like, or if you're playing with people who like Firefly, then Firefly FLUXX. Why not?
Of course. My number 3 is Wonderland. So it's the Alice in Wonderland theme that you mentioned as your number 5. One thing that I love about this is the artwork is actually from like the I think it's the 1930s version of the book. And some of the actions that you can take on there is in that Wonderlandian theme where it's kind of crazy and you're looking backwards or you're going forwards. And the characters, the art is just, it's amazing. Loved it. It's Wonderland.
All right.
I'll go ahead. I'm ready.
Oh, no, you're doing the fingers.
I'm doing the fingers. Go ahead.
Number 2. 2 is the number thou shalt count to. No. And the number of that shall count to is 2. But my game is Oz.
So is mine.
Wizard
my
of
number
Oz.
2 is Oz.
Your number 2 is Oz?
Yeah.
Aw. Number 2, Oz. So Wizard of Oz. Pretty much everybody knows the theme, Wizard of Oz. You got Dorothy and Scarecrow and the Tin Man and so forth. And it's great art, great cards. We were fortunate enough in our set to have one of the cards signed by a woman who played one of the Munchkins in the movie. She was quite elderly, I think, when she signed our card. But she was one of the last remaining Munchkins.
And actually that's why also it's one of my favorite decks, because the cards, I have like the grandson of the guy who created the special effects, he signed a card. The guy who played the Scarecrow, he signed a card. The lady who played Ozma, she signed a card. So the deck is really special for me.
Wizard of Oz FLUXX.
All right, number 1, what you got?
All right.
Oh, sorry. I get to do that part. That's my part. My part. I get to do that.
Okay. Number 1.
Okay.
Number 1. My number 1 FLUXX game is Monty Python FLUXX.
So is mine.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. We got Monty Python FLUXX.
We took the rankings separate, so we had no idea. Okay.
All right. Monty Python FLUXX is great because it has all kinds of quotes from the movies and the show. One card, you get to do an extra thing if you can sing a song from one of the movies or shows that nobody else has sung yet for the rest of the game.
The one that kills me is if you can sing the theme to Monty Python, then I think you get to take an extra card. And I can never remember the theme because I keep getting it mixed up with the Mexican national anthem.
Right. It's the Liberty Bell March.
I know it's the Liberty Bell March, but I can't do it.
No Mexican national anthem in Monty Python.
No. And there's another action that you can do. It's like anytime the number 3 is listed, you can, wait, is it any, I think it's anytime the 3 is listed, you can treat it as a 4.
5. Because it's
you treat it as a 5.
5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 5. So it just has crazy things like that through the whole deck. So love that game.
All right, so that's our top 5 in no particular.
No, it wasn't particular order.
It was a particular order.
We particularized it.
It's our top 5 in exact
ranking,
scientifically ranked order.
It is
of FLUXX games.
So we don't generally rank things, but if that's something that you want to see more of, please let us know in the comments. If there's other things that you like in the FLUXX games, if there's another one you like, let us know.
And shout out to Pub Meeple for helping us rank
Yes.
things.
Love that engine. Definitely worth, giving them a buck or two if you want to see them continue to do something like that. Okay? So, from Table for Two, I'm the Elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Onezie.
So remember, we're a place where strangers can become friends and friends turn into family. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.